I'm locked in. We on the podcast.
Man, y'all know what time it is, bro. Get this stuff out the way. I don't even need this motherfucker. My phone's over there. I gotta wait till I buy another camera this weekend.
Another one.
Another one.
What you about to get?
I'm looking at yours.
This little shit?
Yeah, I was waiting on you to send a link. You know what I mean?
Oh, I
got
sent
that,
it?
bruh.
You asking for it?
Bruh.
I ain't remember that.
That was the last conversation we had before I took off.
I was probably drunk first of all.
Stupid ass. Hold on, let's get this out the way. This thing, I'm gonna scoot this back really quick. Man, we got everything set, looking good though.
Yes, sir.
My boy over here with the goddamn Urkel ass, man.
I don't know who shit that is. Some shorties. Somebody. That,
Hey, you your mom's? This your mom's, right?
nah, it's for the pregame. That shit was here for the pregame.
Allegedly.
Oh, come on. I don't know who that is, though.
Don't incriminate yourself.
It's mine. It's mine.
Hey,
Yikes.
hey, we rolling. So, what is good, my boy?
Hey, man, we chilling. Thank you so much for having me on here.
My man, welcome to the CJSmooth podcast. We got my boy Brandon Mills, aka Ass the Streets, in the building. What is up, y'all? How y'all doing? Man, what's
Sir,
up,
man? Hey, good to be here. Good to be here,
bro? How you
Thank
been?
brother? I've been good, man. Life's good. We working. We hustling.
Mhm.
The usual. Nothing changed.
Of course. Anything out of the ordinary you've been seeing out here with you got the Ass the Streets podcast. So before we get into that, how about we introduce yourself?
Oh, for sure, man.
You
for
know what I
sure.
mean? Let the people know.
Yeah, what's up, people? I'm Brandon Mills. I am the host of Ass the Streets on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We just started this thing about 3 months ago, but we having a blast with it. Man, I'm 29 here in Miami, little Jamaica, South African action, you know. But I'm here, man, working, hustling, and trying to give a platform to people just like you are to express their street opinions, but also dive deep and have some good intellectual conversations.
My man, where you from originally?
I'm born and raised here, man. Born and raised here in Miami, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir. All my life, parents are from Jamaica and South Africa.
Dang, all the way from out there?
Yeah, man.
And they made it through?
They made it through. I'm the firstborn, actually, in Miami.
So you're the first gen?
First gen American.
Okay, you got any siblings out here too?
Yeah, man. I have an older brother and a brother. Younger brother lives down the street, man, about 20 minutes south.
Mm-hmm.
But we're real close. We're real close. Shout out to Dane, man. Shout out to my brother Dane.
Shout out to my man Dane out there. If you're listening right now, make sure you tap in with your boy over here.
Yes, sir. Dame Dollar.
And what do your parents do? Like, what are they been into? What got them into America? I want to say that.
Man, so my mom's from Africa, dad from Jamaica. They both came here. My dad was, I think, mid-20s. Mom came here in high school, both to get a better life, right? That American dream looking at. Both came here, man, to get a better life. Shout out to my grandparents. But, came here. They met in high school or college, something like that. And here we are, man. Here we are a long time later.
Yeah.
For sure.
And how old was your parents whenever they had you and your brother?
You got me over here guessing. I think my mom was, I think, like 32. My dad was maybe 38, 40, something like that. They're gonna be mad.
And then whenever you started with school, did they try to like instill like their traditional values in you, especially being over here in America? Was that something that was implemented in the household?
It was different, man. I always felt like the kid that was different than all the other cousins and shit. So my father was very strict growing up. He was the Jamaican father, right? He was on it, man. You do your homework, none of that playing around. Like, it took a while, but my mom was the crazy one. Mom was the wild one, have fun. So they got into bickerments a lot about me going out, coming home, doing homework. After was the first American kid in the family, for sure.
Dang, you're the first American kid in the family. Like, could you tell like you kind of stuck out? You know what I mean, amongst your cousins and siblings.
100%. I feel like I look different, act different, talk different, everything. But it was all love though. It wasn't like, oh, you're the American kid, leave me alone. But it was all love. It was all love. For sure, it felt different though, for real.
And what was your journey coming up like through school? And did you play sports or anything like that?
In school, man, I was a shy kid, elementary and middle school, for real. Like,
you was shy?
I would never hop on a podcast,
bro. Stop.
Years ago. Listen, ever. But now, man, I'm doing it, having fun. But I was shy. I started dancing in 9th grade, so I started breaking it down. So that's around the time I think I met you.
Okay.
Back in the day, but started dancing in 9th grade, met some cool kids, and then I took off this like dancing path. So I was dancing in high school. Then I started boxing in college, but I never was into football or basketball. Only boxing and dancing.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started weightlifting around the age of around 20 when I was in FIU.
Hey, that's what's up. Shout out to
Yeah,
FIU. Anybody out there that went to the school as well.
for sure. I dropped out though, so shout out to the dropouts. And I'm saying you can still make it if y'all dropped out. You can still make it.
Oh, man. So you was already nice with the footwork. Did that kind of carry into the fighting style with it? You know?
Yeah, for sure, man, for sure. Like footwork and dancing translates to a lot of things, like other
Yeah.
sports as well. You on your feet a lot, trying to be light. So
Mm-hmm.
other sports, like if I would have done basketball or football, I'm sure it would have helped for sure. But boxing for sure, boxing, stay light on your feet.
Yeah, I was gonna say like dancing correlates with the whole body movement. So you could have took instead of boxing, you could have went to like MMA, jujitsu, or something like that.
Yeah, I tried MMA, man. I didn't like it. I
Why
love
not?
stand up striking. Like I couldn't. It's just like a science math game to me. In a ring with somebody, like trying to dodge, trying to think, see what they thinking. It's athletic. It's a mind game, but it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah, you got to be strategic about that. It's kind of like playing chess, you know, one on one. You got to be one step ahead of that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Figure somebody out.
Mm-hmm.
You fill them out, and then you start playing counters, trying to see what's happening. So yeah, for sure, strategies involved.
And then coming out of the college and then into the real world, what was kind of like your first job, or did you work in between school?
Good question, dude. So out of college, in college, I was working at New Balance. Actually,
Hey,
I was selling shoes at New Balance.
hey, shout out to the newbies out
Shout out to
there.
the NB. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, low keys
Uh,
plug.
I don't even have a pair. I don't have a single pair of
Really?
New Balance.
What? After how long did you work there though? Hold up.
A year and a half, bro.
Oh,
But it wasn't popping back then. Like right now, New Balances are back in, but back then nobody had New Balances other than old people, fat feet people,
fat.
or if you had some feet issues. That's it. Yeah, there was like I forgot what they were called, but a 375, something like that. But those are
Oh
still
yeah, the 375s. Okay, yeah, I remember
those are
those.
still stylish back then. But now,
That's hitting right now, ain't it?
yeah, all the ugly ones back in the day are hitting right now.
Mhm.
Bro, yeah, yeah.
The low casual type shoe is hitting right now.
Yeah, it's a little blockier. It looks like it belongs on an old person's feet.
And you still ain't got none.
Still, don't
You
got-
turn into an old person, man. As time is flying. What's up?
I know I got these J's on.
Look, I knew it was coming. I knew the foot flex was coming, man. I'm gonna keep my feet out the screen. Oh man, I got the Adidas on. I ain't got no J's. And my last name is Jordan. My last name's Jordan. So like I ain't even got no J's. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never been interested in wearing Jordans though. That's the thing. Like I've always like my homies been with it. They've been, buying a new pair of them. It came out. And I'm like, nah, like my last name is Jordan. I don't need to put it on my feet.
For real.
Yeah, you feel me?
I just got into it like last year, man. I was like, my foot game was chilling. I didn't really care about it. But just last year, I got into some shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
What's your top go-to pair? Are you that far into the shoe game or?
Nah, bro. I think I only got probably like 10 or 12 pairs. Other than that, I be chilling, man.
But I see you stepping out in the moccasins though. I mean, like that's a
Oh,
far
yeah.
that's
Yeah,
far
when
from the J's.
for sure. When we outside, man, look, a loaf gang, boot gang. That's it. I don't really bring the dunks or J's out, man. I like to go with a classy professional style outside,
Mhm.
not really with the streetwear outside.
Okay, say
I'm a
less.
button up with a loafer kind of guy.
Okay, yeah, you
Yeah.
kind of keep it casual, kick back, laid back, business.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to wear the streetwear to brickle. You know what I'm saying? I got to
So-
button down with a loafer.
That kind of sounds like some old man swag, and you still ain't got the New Balances though. I mean,
Okay,
like
you know what? I'm
you
ordering them
hypocrite.
tomorrow. motherfucker. I'm ordering tomorrow for your ass.
Okay, I'm besides getting into the new shoe game, because you got the J's on, so you know it's hip.
Yeah, yeah.
Getting into the new shoe game, and then out of college, what brought you into the world of interviewing and podcasts? Like, where did that creep along?
That didn't happen till like last year, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I had a job for the last 9-10 years working in technology. But now, man, last year I came across a couple cool podcasts. Like I'm sure you, Fresh and Fit.
Yeah.
I really like It's Complicated, Street Interviews.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Tate Took the Scene. A lot of big things were happening, but I've always been interested in the topic of relationships and dating.
Okay.
Always. One, everyone does it.
That's true.
Two, so many people think they do it right,
Yeah.
and so many people fail.
Okay.
And they give advice on this topic, and it's always crazy. So it's always been a weird dynamic to me how people do that. But I think it's always crazy. And you know what? I was like, I like talking to people.
Yeah.
I'm a social dude. I think I have a lot to say, cool personality. So why not bring this topic, which everyone does,
Mhm.
through my personality to society and see what happens. So Dude, I tried it, man, and most of all, I like doing it. It's
Yeah.
rewarding, dude. Even if
Yeah,
I get
you
no money off it, I enjoy my time talking about it. So
yeah, you're really extrovert. I've definitely noticed that. And
yeah,
so like being a new Jerry Springer on the streets, how do you think you come at people
Street Springer, that's a new name, man. Come on.
coming out here, what's your spin on it? You know what I'm saying? Bringing up some of these are serious topics to a point, but you have like a different dynamic. What do you think you offer that's different than these other podcasts?
I know everyone says this, man, but I think it's me. If you watch a street interviewer on Instagram, a lot
Mhm.
of them are cringy, dude. Like, hey, what's your body count? Those kind of questions. I just
Mhm.
can't do it. I think my reactions on it, I think my questions pace and how I formulate the questions give a cool spin on it. My facial expressions.
Mhm.
But man, yeah, I think it's a very Miami focused street interview. And I think
Mhm.
the podcast shows a different side of me where I can be intellectual, talk about deeper things. So I think me as a character would be a cool uh, insert into this whole podcast and street interviewing scene. It'll be
Yeah, you
different.
kind of taking like a little bit of pressure off to where you kind of comedic with it, but you're witty. You know what I mean? And
Exactly.
that's different. That's different. It's kind of like how Lil Dicky came in the rap game.
There we
Everybody's all
go.
hard
Yeah,
shooting, you know
yeah.
what I'm saying? Thug, and Lil Dicky's like, nah, let's have fun with this. And he
Let's
puts
have
his
fun.
own
Still
spin.
got some bars though, right?
Exactly. He still that's he still got the bars though. He's
Still
still
got those
hitting
bars.
on the important topic. So that's the different spin with that.
Yeah.
And what do you think? Like, who's the top 3 people that you've seen in this that has influenced you? Anybody that's online or somebody that's offline that's influenced you with this? Because I think it's like a red pill. You know what I mean? You know, influence. Like, what do you
Yeah.
think has been the top 3 people for you that you've seen that's got you going in this direction?
Number one, his channel is called It's Complicated.
Okay.
His face is not on the camera,
Okay.
but the way he asks questions so fast, he comes back strategic. It's very sharp, man. So
Hmm.
it's complicated. Mixed with Fresh and Fit's red pill mentality,
Yeah.
mixed with something like Tate's charisma or humor. I
Hmm.
think you mix all that together, add a bit of clowning in there, you for sure get me, man.
Okay.
So
Man, those are some really big influencers right now.
yeah,
And with
yeah,
It's Complicated, I love his dynamic and how he actually puts a spin on the question to make it, contradict what their answer is. And this
it
gives
makes you
people,
think, dude.
yeah, this makes people do a little bit of critical thinking. And I think that's
Yeah,
probably the biggest thing about his channel,
yeah,
because I'll be like, dang, I wouldn't have thought about it like this. You know what I mean? And you kind of do the same thing with your questions. Like, do
yeah.
you have like a process when you go out and answer or give your answers or your questions out? Do you write before you go, or what's that?
No, hey, dude, no lie. So I have a note in my phone of possible ideas,
Hmm.
but I pick what I'm gonna ask on the way to the streets.
Okay.
So whatever I'm feeling that night, I'm like, me and my boys talk about it. Like, I think I'm gonna hit this one, and I run it. But the follow up questions are off the dome, man. So and I think that makes a really genuine and organic response from me too. So
Yeah.
if I ask you, I don't know, like, oh, what are some of your red flags? And Shorty says, I don't know, like a dude that has cheated on his boyfriend. You have 2 seconds less to
Yeah.
come up with a funny expression, a funny response, or a question to make her
Yeah,
think.
that's on the fly.
And depending on what you're feeling from her, you got to pick a path. Should I be intellectual? Should I challenge her, or should I make her laugh
Hmm.
to make the audience at home laugh or think? So
Yeah.
it's a fast game, dude. But it takes practice, man. I do this shit at work too, so I get the practice from my job,
Hmm.
and then I bring it to the streets.
That's different. And that's kind of like whenever, I mean, I'm a DJ, but like whenever I'm mixing in a club or I'm in a bar or at a wedding or something like that, I got to read the crowd and see where they're
Yeah,
going to interact with what I'm playing. And that's going to feed into like what I'm going to bring in next or what I'm going to remix for what's going on in the situation. So you're really good at like on the fly making it happen.
for sure.
And that always brings a good surprise because you don't know what you're going to say and you don't know what they're going to say. So you're like,
Yeah,
all right, let's see.
let's see what happens.
Yeah, let's see what happens.
And I think that's what makes it genuine and getting a response so far, man.
Mhm.
Just genuine answers and responses, dude. It's been fun, man.
And what are you reading right now? Do you got any suggestions for books that can help with dating relationships or anything that's going into that era?
Let me tell you something. I haven't read a book since
Oh, dang.
middle school. Now, the last book I read was on negotiation. It's called Never to Split the Difference by
Okay.
like Chris Voss. But I don't read dating books at all, dude. I watch a lot of YouTube. Like some people come home and watch Netflix. I fall asleep to YouTube videos.
Okay, so it's
Dead
like
ass.
YouTube University. I've heard of that before.
Yeah, I'm not subscribed to it, but like, dude, I
No,
learn a
no,
lot.
it's not like an actual university, but people learning through these videos that are on
Oh, I'm
YouTube.
sleep. I
They
bet
call it
I'm
in
sleep.
general like a YouTube
I
university.
never heard that shit. Then no. I never subscribed to YouTube University. Anyway, nah, but I did that then. If that's what it is, I for sure come home, watch YouTube videos, man. But I learned through that, you know what I'm saying? So like I watch like it's complicated. It's a learning experience for me. I'm not watching to have fun. I'm watching to see how he responds to people and then write that shit down.
Exactly.
Or I'm watching Tate figure out he inserts like his point, but also finds a way to make the girl laugh. I'm
Mhm.
like, that was dope. Let me make it mine. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
it's almost like a study session. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah. So you're picking and pulling from each of these different influencers, but you're bringing it to your own spin, and that's
Yeah.
creative. And I got another question: do you actually write whenever it comes to like maybe music? Do you write stories, books, or anything in that journaling, or are you like blogging?
Nah,
Vlog?
dude. My creativity started through dance,
Hmm.
and I was able to like I can make you feel something about how I move. So that's when I first was like, okay, maybe I have creativity here. And then I started editing the videos when
Hmm.
I was like 10 years ago. I was editing YouTube videos. I was like, okay, I have a create like I know what the audience might like in this cut, or this little clip might hit harder than this clip, and
Yeah,
that's where you start to express your creative. I mean, you edit videos too, right? So you
yeah.
know what can hit. So but I don't write, dude. I don't write. A lot of my creativity is sitting down in front of somebody and picking their brain. So it's questioning, it's critical thinking, and that's how I feel like I can. And it's rewarding to me. I feel like, man, a lot of it is self reflecting.
I think the magic word that I'm looking for is improvising because
Yeah,
whenever you're dancing, whenever you're having an intellectual conversation, or you're just being funny or witty at the time, you got to improvise your input and then counter it with what they're giving on their output. So
correct.
that's really big, and especially in dancing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know I can handle you in a dance battle, but
Okay, the way I get up and get your ass right now. So.
you start popping it in. Like you start getting it.
What up?
But you got to be on your feet like that, and that's
Yeah.
something that I see a word that's popping up in my head whenever you're explaining how you kind of move about with this. And another thing I wanted to say, whenever you're dancing or whenever you're talking to somebody, do you feel like y'all have like a connection? You know what I'm saying, off the bat. You know what I mean? Because like sometimes you can just like see it in somebody's eye. You're like, all right, I know what he's about to say. You know what I mean? Do you have that kind of whenever you're on the streets talking to people?
Yeah, man. It takes like a crazy amount of emotional intelligence. Like I see walking by me, I'm like, this is gonna hit.
Yeah.
And then I might change the question depending on what I see, how intoxicated they are, how approachable they are. If they're serious, do I want to break their shell? Do I want to meet them where they are? And you see, man, based on the face, the arms, the eyebrows, the tone,
Mhm.
which way you want to go. So,
All right, yeah. Hey guys, that's it. We got him. He's psychic. We got him right here. That was it. He just hit me.
oh, yo, by the way, this goddamn camera overheated. By the way, it's off.
Oh
My
no,
camera.
hey, we still rolling. We good.
For
We good.
chilling?
Yeah,
All
yeah,
right,
yeah. You
all
good?
right, for sure. All right.
No, you good.
Yeah, bro. So I'm not psychic, but I did study micro expressions. I have 2 certifications in micro expressions and
That's really
nonverbals.
cool.
So I am keen to picking up on somebody's like small facial expressions or
Hmm.
like the way they adjust themselves outside of the norm, and I pick up on that shit and then fire. You know what I'm saying? So
That is similar to a book that I read was Daniel Carnegie, How to Win Friends and Influence People.
oh, Carnegie's also teaches like public speaking and shit, right?
Yeah.
There we go. See, I don't read the books. I know who they are, but
So
I don't read
you're getting your information from another source. That's so interesting to see because you know we all have like different ways and tactics of learning, and
it.
we can pick up similar information or you know similar values you know out of different scenarios on how we go about it. It's
Yeah,
it's really interesting to see how you're creative at actually obtaining that information and then using it in your career, your lifestyle,
yeah.
your job, and everything like that. So what was one of the biggest things that you picked up outside of YouTube that helped you get into this space and then actually take off with it? You know,
Good question, dude. Man, I think so. The nonverbal stuff for sure helped. I think my job taught me public speaking and the way to,
you got
pause sometimes
sales.
to, yeah. I mean, being a sales and a sales leader, I think knowing that stuff, you have to pick up on that. I studied emotional intelligence as well. So,
Mm.
man, if you study people, if you study psychology and the way people think, you
Hmm.
can do goddamn near everything.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true.
if you know how people work, you can sell to them. If you know
Yep.
how people work, you can, I mean, manipulate them if you wanted to, right?
That's
You can
big.
move them any which way you want to. You would have a following if you know how people think and how people behave. So I think if people can master that one thing, you can do so many other things, dude. So
And that's something I've been really big on is studying psychology.
yeah,
And that kind of led into, you know, body language and then communications. And it's just like it's a snowball effect, basically, whenever you're going to something like that. So
right.
that's really interesting to see. What has been some of the biggest things you've learned? Or like what's a failure that you've gotten through going down this path of podcasting? Have you
Yeah.
ran into any failures right now? Or you kind of like a learning process, a learning curve?
Yeah, it's still learning, man. Even like I mean, I could say a failure like setting up a bunch of equipment and the equipment fails. So like I'll have
Oh, the
technological
camera going
failures.
down. That's
This
one.
goddamn camera cut off, and
Okay, yeah, yeah.
so that kind of stuff I got to work through. But I gotta have a good team. Shout out to my team, so I'm grateful for
Hey,
them.
shout out to the team, Santiago, Anthony, right there,
Yeah,
baby.
for sure. Shout out to my team for sure, man. I'm grateful for them, but tech stuff, I'm failing. But me
Mhm.
as a host, I feel like that's where my strong suit is. So we rolling right there.
And another thing about going through this, it's kind of like a dark room. There's not really like a written rule on how to go about it. You just kind of go with the flow, or you just do it. Nike,
Yeah.
shout out Nike. We need that sponsor. You know what I mean?
Whoa,
But
if we get sponsored by Nike.
he got
Yeah,
the
come on.
shoes. He got the
They put
shoes.
no free sponsors, Nike. Y'all gonna have
Halfway
to pay me
there.
for this bit.
I know I'm going against the grain, but it's all gravy. But
It's all right. You got
whenever you're
stripes, 3 stripes.
whenever you're going down this path, there's not like what I'm saying, there's not like a written rule on how to do it. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do it and get into the space. What's your why and what gets you up in the morning and keeps you going?
Man, so I tried a few things in the past, right? I tried boxing coaching,
Mm,
didn't like it. I tried personal training, I quit.
mm,
I wanted to do a fitness competition, I
mm,
quit.
mm.
And now, man, so I lost my mom about a year and a half ago. So that
Condolences.
man, yeah, but yeah, thank you, man. But like, I'm not gonna say directly she influenced me to do this, but it really made me see how short life is.
Mm,
So I know that might be cliche, but to me, nothing else matters. Like you lose someone you're close to, and there ain't nothing that can break me anymore. So might as well give my all to it. So I think I needed that to happen to put my foot on the gas on something that could be high risk to me
yeah,
because I felt the cushion
yeah,
in my life. So and I always had a vision to be an entertainer.
that's
It's my
awesome.
vision, but it's hard to jump. I'm sure you know it's hard
Yeah.
to jump because not a lot of money out there, high chance of failure,
Mm,
and most people don't start. You lose someone you love, man. I think it really wakes you up to how fragile and delicate life can be. And her message was always to slow down, and you'll see how magical life could be. But to me, man, it just means be more mindful. So I'm a fast paced dude, so I'm moving fast, but I always was afraid to take a risk to fail. So now that she was my cushion, man. So I lost the cushion. So what do I have to lose? So I was like, man, what can I start? I wanted to be an entertainer my whole life. So if I never try, then I always fail. That's what I kept telling myself. So I truly believe, man, that most people that have a goal and don't try fail. And then people that try and have that I might quit if I don't get enough views
hmm.
fail. But no one that ever tried and never gave up failed. So I was like, man, I'm just gonna try it and I ain't gonna quit. I don't care if I get one
Exactly.
view on this video. If
Hmm.
I like that shit, I'm gonna post that shit, and I don't care what the views look like.
Yeah, this you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be proud of
Dude,
what you're
for
doing.
sure, man. And now I watch my videos to laugh now. Like I'm just I'm like
I
that shit
do
was
the
funny. Who
same
made
thing.
that shit? So, man, the advice for people at home trying to do same, man. Like,
Hmm.
one, if you looking at us and you're like, man, well, how can I get started? You got to pull the trigger. Like,
Just bang.
you got to, I had to buy a mic, I had to buy a camera. This shit got here. I was like, oh,
Oh,
gotta do it now.
yeah, gotta do it. Yeah.
No excuse, man. Besides yourself. So,
Yeah,
man,
the
I had to
sky's
try
the
it.
limit, and
Yeah,
it's kind of sad, but at the same time, people need a significant push in life to
yeah,
actually get them to go and do what they want to do or what they need to do. You know what I
correct.
mean? Because some people get stuck and complacent in their mentality because I lost a friend or
Yeah,
I lost a parent or maybe like I lost a job. It got to be people like you could something or something like huge in your life that just changed everything.
yeah.
You know what I mean? You just got to go for what you think is right. And usually, if you actually put your foot in front of the other, like I was saying earlier, and make that change for yourself, it'll turn out to be something more beautiful than what was lost.
100%, dude.
Hmm.
That's a great point, dude. And I encourage everyone at home to do the same, man. But I wish, we could say, don't wait till you hit rock bottom to try. But some people might have to hit it to be like, man, nah, I got to step it up. So try and avoid it. But if you hit rock bottom, start. Ain't no better
Hit
time
rock
than when you.
bottom, then start.
That's what happened to me, man. I had to be like, what? Nowhere to go. Follow the dream. So I tried it, and we're growing. We're growing. Both of us growing. So
Hmm.
shout out to you too, man. Proud of you too, brother.
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
for
Yes,
real.
sir. And I got a big question I like to ask people whenever I'm doing these things. It's something that throws everybody off. But if you were in my shoes talking to Brandon, what would you ask you?
That's a great question. The way I'm gonna steal that shit is
It's all
complicated.
you. It's all you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Man, what would I ask myself? So
Yeah.
to me, that translates to what I want people to know about me.
Mm,
So, man, I think you hit it with a why. Okay, I want people to know the reason why. I want people
mm-hmm.
to know why not to quit. But let me see what else to. What would I ask myself? Uh, Man, maybe where do I see myself in a couple years? Maybe I think I'll
And you
ask
want to
myself
answer
that one.
that?
I'll shoot it. Listen, big goals, big goals.
Big
Okay,
goals. Okay.
fucking a goal without a plan is just a dream. So we
Yeah.
go. Listen, we ain't dreaming. We got goals and plans. All
Okay.
right. So I look goals. Let's go with 12 months, right? I want to have 100K followers and several sponsors.
Let's
I wanna
go.
be able to
Hey,
bring
Nike.
in, yeah, I want to bring in 100K from sponsors and merch by itself.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to, on top of all the numbers, right? I want to, my message is to create consistent quality content. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm not selling my soul to nobody trying to buy me out for a contract. So in 12 to 24 months, whatever, I want to be able to record what I want to, put it out, and smile at it like we do. Like, man, that was funny. I did it. And it's a creation for me and my team. Be proud of it, but also find some source of income to help my people out, family, and you know, help my. I want to see my dad in a bigger, better house. I want to see my brother in the studio doing his artwork, and I just want to sit back and watch the life I created for somebody else. So
Of course.
that's
And man,
what
anything I can do, me and myself, because I don't have a team yet, but anything I can do to help you along the way, because I want to see you on top, bro. And 100K, I think that's coming a lot sooner than you think.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Dude, what you're doing for people, man, is you know what people wish for. You know, since I was a kid, I was like, man, I want to be interviewed because I have so much to say about life.
Yeah.
And you're the first person to give me a platform to talk about my life instead of just dating and relationships. You know, so I really appreciate that, and I'm sure people out here are gonna be dying to get on your show and just talk about themselves. So what you're doing, man, is selfless. Like, you're not even doing it for you. You're doing it for other people. So
Yeah, I want to hear your story, you know what I'm saying, where you originated from, and get a little more in, because like I know since day one, bro, like we've been hitting like everything, bro. I'm telling you, it's one of the funny niggas that's not been in Tennessee that can roast me better than a nigga that's in Tennessee, bro. Like
right now, first of all,
that was off rip, bro. You funny, you're talented, you're good with the ladies. That's one thing. And hold up, we didn't even ask that question, bro. Are you single?
I'm single as hell. Like,
okay, hey, y'all heard it here first.
Hold on, wait. I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have said I'm single as hell because y'all gonna think I'm a thought. I'm not a thought. Bitch, I'm a thought. Give me lit.
Hey, are you for the streets? Let's ask the streets.
I am. Listen, I'm certainly not for the streets.
Okay.
A guy for the streets smashes anything, and I'm very picky. I'm very picky.
What you said, that part.
My biggest pet peeve
That
is
part.
a hoe.
That part.
I hate a hoe. Listen, don't come around me. Don't talk to me, hoe. I don't want to hear. I want to be a hoe.
You know what that is? It's a mind of scarcity. If you're just trying to get anything you can and not looking for quality, a man that's in abundance has a selection for the quality instead of the quantity. So that's really big.
I want to be in abundance of quality. I'm not taking anybody. I got to screen them. Couple dates. All right, now you can come over. But I gotta listen. No, it ain't no first date. No, from the club. No, I don't trust him. I don't want it. It's just, man, it's just not special. It's not. It's when you do that shit a lot, you lose the value and just
that's
smash
real.
A random one dude. So I don't want it at all. I want to lay down with somebody that I can hold and listen to Miguel to afterwards.
Hey, you bumping that Miguel too?
Come on, man. This is a sure thing.
Yo, he coming out with an EP.
Listen, man, I'm ready. Okay.
My man, hey, let them know where they can find you at on all your socials, man. Platforms, we got to get you out there. We're gonna make that 100K, bro. It's coming in quick.
100K coming soon. Listen, Brandon, you can find me at Let's Ask the Streets on Instagram, Ask the Streets on TikTok and YouTube. Follow the page because we got the merch dropping February 3rd.
February 3rd. Mark your calendars. Y'all know what time it is.
Look, if you can't afford it, call a Klarna. If you can't afford it, call a firm. If your credit not low enough, you better store and buy you about 10 of them bitches because you need one, your mom need one, your dog need one. Ask the Streets by me. Follow, subscribe, all the things, and shout out to you, man, for having me on. Thank you so much.
No problem, bro. We appreciate you coming in. This is CJSmooth. Hey, we'll see you guys next time. All right, peace.
My boy, hey, you ate that. You killed that, bro. What's up,
bro? You did your thing on that, bro. For real.
Thank you, bro.
You still get that work, boy. Get your head. Goddamn, Maury, goddamn, you are not the father, head ass.
Boy, your ass going to NBA practice tomorrow, but your ass going to record something. Hey, psych, that's your name, boy.